Hello, friends. Jack, how are you? I just posted links on Discord, so we may have some other joiners or it may just be us. So, welcome to another round of Gentle Productivity. This is Goal Getter Stream 5 of 26 to meet my goal of live streaming 26 times this year. It is November. We've got 21 more to do. So hopefully I'll be more consistent with this, or also I'm just gonna be like a loon about it in December is probably more accurate. So December I'll just be like, well, I was gonna say I'll have to be streaming 2 times a day, but I have done five and I only have 21 left, so I won't have to stream 2 times a day. But I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. I got this. I got it. So the goal today is look. sprinting towards our goals is all very nice. you know? I do it a lot, but sometimes we need to just take it one step at a time. One day at a time, one page at a time. Some seasons of life are like that, you know? And that's the season I'm in. That's the season I'm in. I'm in the I was too tired to get my good microphone season of life. Even though it's this is how far I had to reach. This is how far away from me it was. Oh, it doesn't fit on camera, so clearly it doesn't even exist. So, but anyway, so my thought is um post your goals in the chat for what you want to do, and at 2:15 my time, which is, I mean, that's 6 minutes from now, basically, wherever you are. So in 6 minutes, on the 15, on the 15, on the quarter hour, we'll do a half hour sprint so everyone can like gather whatever they need to gather to complete whatever their gentle goal is. I unfortunately have to pay bills and do finance stuff today. However, I other things will happen. That'll just be my first thing. I'm just going to get it out of the way. Then I don't have to think about it for like 2 weeks. And then after that, I think what I'm going to be doing is I think I'm going to be, um, what am I going to do? What am I going to do? What am I going to do? I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to work on a template that I don't want to make, like at all, motivation zero. So I think I'm going to do that, and I'm going to use the fact that we're all here together to force me to do it. So, or at least to start it, and I may listen to an audiobook while I do that, but I have to do math, so I probably won't because math and audiobook, not good. Not good. Not good. Not good for me. Maybe there are some people who can do math and audiobook at the same time, but I am not that person. I am not that person. So, anyway, Jack, what are you going to be getting up to? All right. But yeah, this is chill low stakes productivity. We're going to do saunters, not sprints. It's not a race. You know, who are we racing? All right, let's go. Exactly. Sauntering. That's what we're doing. We're going to saunter. We're just going to wander across the finish line of all our goals. Just like tra la la skipping, if you will. Skipping is the thing we could be doing. We could skip. We could do skipping. Hey. And then we have, let's see. I can do it. I believe in myself, and I'm glad you also believe in me. There's two of us now committed to these 26 streams. Okay, Jack is going to be finishing tweaking their end of year goal list. Okay, perfection. Um, so basically trying to figure out what you want to get done in the remaining 60-ish days of the year. Let's just say 50 because, you lose some time to the holidays. For sure. I have no current reads, but we have 3 minutes left, so go over, maybe I'll go over what I have checked out from the library with y'all, and you can help me. You can say, that book is bad, don't read it, and then that's probably the one I'll read because that's just how I am, It's just how I am. Do I like being like this? Not especially, but, So the thing that's returning the soonest is the Wisteria Society of Lady Scoundrels. I have 5 days left with that one. Hey Ellie, how are you? Thank you for joining us. Welcome to our Gentle Productivity Saunter. And then the other things I have out are The Witch and the Czar. I don't remember why I checked this out, but I really feel like I just wanted to read about Baba Yaga for some reason. I look, procrastination via spreadsheet, I live there, okay? If I have a project due in 18 hours, it's going to take me 24 hours of work. Where you will find me is like organizing something that does not need to be organized, period, but certainly not in the next 18 hours. You know what I mean? That's me. I get it. Welcome, Lori. How are you? We're going to start our first sprint at the quarter hour, so in 1 minute, and then we're gonna we're gonna go for half an hour just to get ourselves not sprint. I'm sorry, saunter, saunter, not sprint. Okay, sorry, so sorry, so sorry. So basically, we're gonna start our first saunter on the quarter hour. And then we're going to use that to get situated, gather whatever we need to gather for our future saunters. So, um, yeah, that's what we're going to do. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do our first saunter for 30 minutes on the quarter hour. And if you want to post what goal you're going to be gently tackling in the chat, let us know. Jack is going to be creating a Canva graphic for her end of your goals. So that's what we're going to do. All right. Yay. I'm glad that sounds good. Okay. It's a quarter hour, so let's go. One thing I'm going to be 100% of the time is muted. So don't worry about it. That's like that's my thing. That's my thing. Okay, let's try that again. So, welcome to Stephanie. Stephanie's cleaning the house, and I was just talking about how if you've ever done like a big program or like hosted an event at work or something like that, then you know that a huge part of the aftermath is like in your own house, in your own space, because you have to let all this stuff slide while you're doing this big out of the ordinary thing. And yeah, yeah, feel that. Feel that. I'm gonna have to like get control of my hand talking as well because the camera is like the one thing I have noticed as far as like a punch in to make a point, it is kind of funny to be able to just raise your hand and to see how it's just like getting closer and closer. So, what is go calm, calm, calm. Just calm yourself. Just calm yourself. Okay. All right. So, so yeah. So Steph is cleaning the house after eating. Rose has joined us to saunter. Rose will be sauntering with us as well. Rose, do you have any goals and or plans for your sauntering? You don't have to. You can just vibe. You can just sit. You can just chill, you know? Goals are not necessary. Um, I made a yogurt bowl, so I will have sustenance to fuel my sauntering. Here, let me show it off. Let's just. How am I gonna do? Oh, I got it. Ta-da! There we go. There's the yogurt bowl. This is like totally jacked up. What's going on here? Huh, interesting. Something wrong with it. Let me try. Well, you know what? How about I just don't care about that right now? Um, I will fix that another time. Okay. So let's see. We've got um, Ellie managed to read 3 chapters. Excellent. Excellent. What are you reading? Do you love it? And should we all pick it up and should we all read it? What should we do? What should we do? I'm gonna move the chat so I don't have to look off to the side as much, and hopefully it won't look like I'm looking out the window the whole time. Um, that is sad. Living in Florida, like, which is when I lived in Florida, when I lived in Tampa, I didn't know this until I moved to the area, but the area around Tampa is one of the biggest strawberry growing areas in the country. So strawberries are just like you can get them most of the year. Like, and it's one thing I do miss about Florida for sure. The Will of the Many. Ooh, is this a first read or a reread because the sequel is coming out? Rose is gonna play Witchwood for a bit. Perfect. Perfect. Love that. I have that on my list. Should I get it? Should I buy Witchwood? I feel like all the Witchwood gamers should probably just have it just for because. Um, yeah, I mean technically I need to clean as well, but oh well. And then I earlier I said that in the first long sprint, sorry, saunter. In the first long saunter, which is gonna be coming up on the hour, I was going to do bills, pay bills, because I need to do that. And then I was like, what? Maybe I won't do that on stream so I don't dox myself accidentally. Like maybe while I'm live streaming to the internet, I should not be doing web-based financing. So, so luckily, um, I did. Not that I think you all would rob me, but you just never know. You just never know who can be watching, you know? And the one thing I don't trust myself to do is not dox myself. So, ooh, first read. Okay. So, I'm glad you're loving it. Steph's bread turned out pretty good. Okay, chocolate sourdough winning. Which one is so good? Okay. Okay, well, there we go. There we have it. The expert has weighed in. The expert has weighed in. Okay, so since I'm not going to pay bills, which, really was an attempt to do anything other than work on this template that I don't want to work on, um, um, I've decided to not work on the template by making um, frames for more than one guest for this stream in case in the future I ever wanted to have a guest. So obviously that's something that does not matter. There is no deadline. I can do it whenever, who cares? So I will be doing it now instead of working on the template. Yeah, yeah. That's what I'm going to be doing. So I think that's the perfect choice for me. Yeah, always on the cusp of doxing. So close. So close. This the one thing I'm always going to be is muted, but the second thing I'm going to be is doxing myself. So that will be numero dos. After being muted, it is being doxed. Being doxed by Rin. Hey, Kitty and Tiny are going through an emotional transition that they have to go through every year when summer does not last forever. So if you hear Kitty sharing with you, what she's sharing with you is that she's pissed at me because the weather is bad and she knows I can control it and that I'm not doing it out of spite. Hi, 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 how are you? Yeah, she's biting me. She's biting me. She's biting me. Okay. That's how she is. That's how she is. She's biting me. Kitty. Mhm. Mhm. Yeah. Yeah. So that's what I'm dealing with. Oh, she popped her head up. Did you see her try to bite my thumb? Kitty. You can't bite me on camera, then they're gonna know that you're mean. Is she wrong? I don't control the weather, I promise. I should also stop the constant rain that's happening there. I know. Apologize to Pepe for me, please, for the raincoat, because I know that is also my fault. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Every time I try to touch the mouse to highlight comments, she tries to bite me. So just know that I'm highlighting your comments in my heart, in my in my heart. So, but yeah. So Rose says I definitely should play Witchwood. Um, and now others are questioning if I could be doing more to help with the weather. Um, hey, you're very angry and spicy, right? Look at how, like, she's in my face. She doesn't normally get, you don't normally see this much of her, but she's just like trying to bite me. She wants to bite me. So that's what's going on. So we will be sauntering again on the hour. We're going to saunter for 45 minutes this time. I'm going to be working on my template, or if I'm not working on my template, I will be working on making frames for multiple guests. Um, and at least that'll get me to open Photoshop. So at least I'll be in Photoshop where the template may happen. There will be a greater chance of the template happening if I work on making frames than if I. Kitty, do not eat my. Sorry, Kitty's trying to eat my strawberries, which she can have one here. I just don't want her to have one where she is because there's something she can ruin with the strawberry juice. I know. I can't believe it. Um, Ellie said I need to stop the constant rain. It's true. And yeah, it's so rude of me, honestly. I don't know why. I don't know why I'm like this and why I won't just help out, you know? I suck so much. What can I say? I apologize to all of you. I know you also are suffering because of my unwillingness to act. Um, and that's how it's gonna be. Um, I'm also fighting a migraine at the moment. Um, it's not here yet. I still have a window where I might be able to head it off. So, um, I am going to attempt to do that, but keep that in your thoughts and prayers as well. Uh, send up a balloon to whatever cosmic entity uh, you desire. So, but yeah, it's, you know, I'm not feeling it. But the other thing is, we have 3 minutes left. Um, I had a thought, and I'm trying to decide if it's a dumb thought or not. Maybe y'all can give me some of your impressions. But if you were here for the stream where I made, is it in the room? If you were here for the stream where I was working on my Louise Carmen dupe, um, then one of my thoughts was, what if I made one of those with just a single band to be a universal adjustable paperback, like I'm thinking for like trade paperback sized paperbacks pr- protector. But I'll tell you what my concern is you can have a straw here, here. You want a strawberry? Here, here. Here you go. Here, have a straw. Have a straw. You can have it. No, you don't want it because I gave it to you, so it's garbage now. Hey, what she really wants, even though she does like strawberries and will occasionally eat a strawberry, which, oh, she just tried to buy me again. She really wants the yogurt underneath the strawberries. Yes. Thank you, Ellie. I think we'll be okay. I'm gonna take something for it. So, um we'll see if I can get ahead of it. Sometimes I can. Sometimes I can. So, yeah. Yeah. I need 2 months off from pain. I've just decided I just need 2 months off. I need the rest of the year off from responsibilities, pain, displeasure, anything bad happening. I just need the next 2 months to basically be perfect and calm for my mental health. Please and thank you to the universe. Yeah, I hope it doesn't. I hope it doesn't. Um, it's one of these I can feel they start in my neck. I don't know if you have migraines, if that ever, like you feel it in your neck, you know it's coming because of how your neck is, if that makes sense. But what are you gonna do? Oh, we're on the hour. Let's saunter. We're gonna saunter for 45 minutes. See you soon, friends. Welcome back. How was your saunter? I hope you sauntered your way into total peace and happiness. I know that's a lot for asking a lot from a singular sprint, but you know what? Maybe it's possible. Maybe it's possible. You know? Maybe we just need to ask for bigger things. That's really, I think, maybe that's the lesson that we're all supposed to be learning right now. You're not asking for too much. You're asking for too little. Am I muted again? Oh, I'm not. Oh, look at me go. Look at me go. Look at me not being muted. What what growth we have experienced already so far today. All right. So, I ate bites, multiple of my yogurt bowl during that sprint. So, congrats to me. I do not have a migraine yet. Things are looking like they may improve on that front, so I remain hopeful. I did work on my little um, cats. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I can figure out how to show you my little cats without exploding, if that's possible. Can I do it? Oh, I think I might be able to. I think I might be able to. All right, let's try this. Oh my God. Look at me. Okay, so that's for two people. So that's how far I've gotten. And I'm kind of wondering, um, because the creator of this um, stream pack did not include like just a blank page with no words on it. I'm working on top of the offline screen. And so this little yellow bar in the middle is there because if it's not there, You can see a little bit of the white F, and that's annoying to me for some reason. So, what I'm trying to decide is if I should just fill it with this gold bar or if I should try and like, you know, paint over the white so that it's the background. So, also trying to decide if anyone other than me would even notice. So that's another question to ask for the ages. Did you even notice that there was a gold bar in between the frames? Would you even notice that little bit of white? Probably not. You're probably like, wow, oh my gosh, the hallway. Is there a ghost? Oh, I was just because of how I was leaning. I was like, why is it showing the hallway? Is a ghost gonna pop out of there? I don't know why I thought a ghost was gonna happen, but yeah. So, okay. All right, so let me get the chat back where it should be because that is partially why I keep looking off to the side. Let me try and not do that. All right, so you did not note. Okay. Um, Jack had a good saunter. Okay, hold on. Let me. Yeah. A good saunter. Did some brainstorming and journaling. Okay, perfect. Perfect. So we're going to get our end of year goals all figured out, a path to completion, and all of that. Okay, perfect. Katie read two-thirds of her nonfiction book club book, mostly done before this. Okay. What are you reading for nonfiction book club? Is your nonfiction book club better than the fiction in terms of like the liveliness of discussions, or or is the fiction better? I'm always curious. I've never done a nonfiction book club, so I don't know. Do people read the nonfiction books any more than they read the fiction books? Questions that I would like to know the answers to, if you don't mind. Ellie went for a walk with Pepe and listened to the first few chapters of The Night Prince and then got ready for bed. Okay, excellent, excellent. Um, I'm glad Pepe survived. Um, I know it's not her favorite activity to walk in the rain. Ellie did not notice the yellow panel, so I feel like it's probably a me issue and not an issue. Rose played some Witchwood and did some laundry. Yes. We all had a little jump scare with Fox in the dryer, but luckily he saved himself and everything is cool. Katie is reading Little Bosses Everywhere. So boring. Little Bosses Everywhere. Like, where's my phone so I can go check this out? Wait, let me. Little Bosses Everywhere. Is that a gig culture commentary? Okay, the synopsis. A gripping work of history and reportage that unveils the stranger than fiction world of multi level marketing, a massive money making scam and radical political conspiracy that has remade American society. Well, I guess gig economy, I was partway there. But MLMs, yeah, yeah. Reads like a thriller, masterfully illuminates the tricks and sleights of hand that in multi level marketing are simply the rules of doing business. Publishers Weekly Best Book of the Year. Companies like Amway, Mary Kay, and Herbalife advertise the world's greatest opportunity, the chance to be your own boss via an enigmatic business model called multi level marketing. Yeah, I mean, I think, well, I was going to say, I think by now people kind of, if you're already against MLMs, I don't know how interesting of a read that would be necessarily. So I can see why it might be pretty boring. Um, and there's also so much education about MLMs and why they're dangerous and problematic that's available and has been for a while. So, okay. What do we think, friends? Should we do another saunter at 4? Another 45-minute saunter? Should we saunter away? And then we can, um, yeah, let's do that. Let's do another 45-minute saunter on the hour. So on the hour, we will go into a 45-minute saunter, and that'll take us um, to pretty close to 5 o'clock on the East Coast of the United States. And that might be a good time for me to go figure out, am I gonna eat dinner? And what's it gonna be? What shall dinner be? So I'm gonna tell you what books I have. Oh, Gabby, yeah, sorry. We do have a 5-minute jail. There is a 5-minute jail, yeah, to chat. So sorry. Okay, it's the same group of people for both. Nonfiction leads to more tangents, but they're great tangents. As usual, it depends on the book. Okay, yeah, that makes total sense. Sorry, I just had a jump where I got a bunch of chats all coming in at once. It's so annoying because she'll walk so slowly when it's raining. It's like she doesn't understand that the quicker she does her thing, the quicker we can get out. She's just like, she's just like, please, please, I can't wade through these dangerous waters. I cannot. I love how the camera seems to know when I'm being dramatic and does that zoom punch in, punch out thing. So, um, I thought it was, but it's just history. It's not gripping. Okay. So Katie is in disagreement with the assessment that it's gripping and like a thriller. Gabby has been released from 5-minute jail. Welcome, welcome, Gabby. Welcome to the sauntering. This is, I think, the key. Katie says in her book club, everyone tries to read the books and everyone usually gets to at least 50% of the way through. And that, I think, is a huge part of it because so many times in book club, it's like one or two people have read the book or no one has read the book. And, if really what you want to do is have an excuse for getting together and chit-chatting, then that's fine. I understand that. But like if what I want to do is talk about books. So Gabby is about to do some real work. So on the next saunter, she's gonna be work sauntering, professionally sauntering. Our corporate saunter for this episode. Congrats to you. Congrats to you for your saunter. Okay, everyone is good to saunter on the hour, so we will saunter on the hour. All right. And we're just sauntering because we're not in a rush. We're not in a rush. We don't need to sprint. We're just living our life and doing our things. You know? All right. So, I just got Buffalo Hunter Hunter, or the Buffalo Hunter Hunter, which I actually think that the is important in this title in a way that it is not in a lot of others. I say that having not read the book whatsoever and having no evidence for that whatsoever, but there's just something about it. The Buffalo Hunter Hunter, the Buffalo Hunter Hunter, the Hunter of Hunters. I'm glad. I'm glad the sauntering is working. I'm glad the sauntering is working. Okay. So I have the Buffalo Hunter Hunter, and then which is last month, which would Buddy read, and then this month's is Anathema, and I really feel like I have to read Anathema. I have to at least like really try, I think. Um, and there's a couple reasons. One is just because um, I do know what the word is, and I know how to pronounce it, and it's kind of interesting to me because anathema is you sometimes hear it in conversation, that like someone might say that's anathema to me, but the reason I the reason I might think that is because as someone who was born and raised Catholic, it's a very common word in Catholicism, because anathema is um, something you are to have nothing to do with. It is reviled, the most condemned. Steph said, Steph said, I heard anathema and I came running. Steph is with me on the anathema agenda. Steph and I are trying to bring it back in a common parlance, okay? We want anathema to be a word that everyone is using. Um, so, so yeah, so you might say something like racism is anathema to me. Like that there's none, like nothing is worse, right? That's kind of what it means. That in Latin. In Catholicism, it is the word that the Pope says when the Pope completely condemns something. So, like when a person is excommunicated, for example, the words that the Pope says when the person is excommunicated is anathema sit, which means let him be anathema. And then, of course, the translation is let him be shunned, let him be condemned, let him be reviled completely. And so when people are excommunicated, that's said about it. Or when the Pope condemns a concept or whatever, that concept can be condemned as anathema. Racism, for example, would be something that. And so that's kind of how it's used. So there's kind of two ways that it's used. One is to just like broadly condemn things and say, basically, you're saying there's no place for this person or concept or thing in this community, in our community. So I'm expecting the book to be about someone who was made anathema in their society and is being cast out of their society. So kind of like the witch, if you've ever seen The Witch or the Vivitch, the that's an example. Like when the family is made to leave the village, you could say that they're being made anathema. So it's not a fantasy word. It's a Latin word, and it has current which is currently in use at least in ecclesiastical Latin in the Catholic Church. And so I did grow up hearing people say that's something you don't condemn a lot of things as anathema like that often. Like, but a lot of people I have heard people say that's anathema to me, or growing up. But like I said, I don't know if that's because it's like common parlance everywhere, or if it's just because I grew up in a very insular Catholic community. Um, so I don't know, but that's what it means. So Steph and I are trying to bring it back. Okay, so we're gonna start calling things anathema. We've just decided that's how it's gonna be. And we need everyone to get with the program. So because of that, I need to read the book. But anyway, we're at 4:01. We're gonna go saunter, and we're gonna go sauntering until 45. So 3/4 of an hour, and we'll be back. Thanks so much for joining me. Wait, what am I doing? Oh, right. Okay, okay, I got it. I was like, how do I get out of here? Like, aren't you glad for these professionals, this professional sauntering, this corporate sauntering that we're doing, highly organized corporate sauntering? Okay, see ya. Welcome back, everyone. Thank you for sauntering with me today. How was your saunter? Let's see. Yeah, so we were talking right before we went into our last saunter about the book Anathema, and I was saying I had two reasons why I need to make at least a valiant attempt on it. And the first was just it's interesting to see anathema being used at all, just kind of, as a book title or whatever, since it is a word that I have heard very rarely. But also, I was the tiebreaker for that being the choice. So essentially, I did pick it. So I also feel the weight of responsibility from that. So, wow, why are you looking down? Crazy. All right, so Ellie just downloaded the ebook for Anathema, and then we were talking about the meaning of the word and how it's used in primarily Catholicism, it seems like, and maybe even kind of esoterically as well, and small, because Katie's saying that she was raised Catholic and never heard of it used in that way before, and that it's like still in use today, technically, because the Pope does condemn things. So, yeah, we a corporate saunter. Not, does that sound worse? It'd be like a team building exercise from hell. We're gonna go corporate saunter now. We're gonna saunter as a corporate family. Okay, so Steph locked into edit. Riley sabotaged Gabby's productive saunter. Riley said, "Why saunter when you can park? When you can just park." Katie had a fun saunter. She worked on a puzzle and started watching K-pop Demon Hunters. I hope you love it. Love, 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 love it. What have I done? Oh, well, I'll give you an update on what we're doing. Let's go to the screen share here. Nope, that's not correct. Use your brain. Is it? No. There we go. There we go. We're back. Okay. So this is what I got done. So I made a frame for two guests. Um, and now I'm working on a frame for three guests. You can see the frame is only partially done, but I think what I'm gonna do is I'm liking how this is looking, so I think I might leave the bars just this filler color that I have, this yellow filler color. I might leave the bars this yellow filler color, but I might also not. I might also just, try something else and actually something's not centered. Gotta just double check here. Okay, so it's the one in the center is still centered, so the problem is either on the right or the left, and I'm not gonna worry about that right now. I think it's whatever. But anyway, that's what I got up to. So let's go back to me. Welcome back. Um, Jenny completed her reporting and watched the Dodgers parade in the background. No reading was done, but that's okay because these are gentle productivity saunters with low stakes and no pressure. That's what we're doing here. That is it. So this is in fact I think that's in the description of this video. Something like that. Like gentle productivity, blah blah blah. So she's like, I wrote it, but what did I say? No pressure, no perfection. No pressure, no perfection. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay. So we're not worried about that. Okay. Let's see. Gabby and Riley made a comeback. And Gabby is now starting a final project for early literacy class. Katie is loving K-pop Demon Hunters, which is the correct. That's the correct opinion. Hmm. Yes. Jenny, I hope your reading brain comes back soon as well. Yeah. Should I move this frame? Oh, I locked it. Interesting. Oh, see, I probably should not have moved it. How about I just don't mess with stuff while I'm live? Imagine. Imagine that. Imagine if I did something smart like that. Okay. So that I think was probably our final saunter. But we can like just chit chat for a little bit. If you want to tell me what your end of the year goals are, I'd be very glad to hear them. Um, I'm still trying to do these 26 streams. That's my big thing that I want to do. I recently got my reading together and I'm now at 50 of 52 books read on Goodreads. So that's going to be no problem. Big series to tackle before the end of the year for me, I think, is going to be Sun Eater. And, oh, um, I think we might be in the clear. I think we might be in the clear because it's feeling my neck is like receding, this neck pain, the neck pain. So the warning neck pain is receding instead of intensifying. So fingers crossed, but I feel good about our chances. So yeah, I do want to do a few more of these. Um, but like I said, my big series to tackle is Sun Eater, unless I read Howling Dark and hate it as much as um, whatever the first one is called, Empire of Silence. So wait, oh, Katie, I feel that. I feel that. I think my stress level over the last few years, because of everything that's been kind of like going on with me, um, like in terms of finances, it has like it really inflamed my nervous system or something because my neuropathy and radiculopathy are very similar problems. I think it's just like radiculopathy is the damage is coming from the root of the nerve, and I think neuropathy, the damage is coming from the like ends of the nerves or something like that. But they're related. And my radiculopathy has been so bad. Like I've had, I would say in the last 6 months, like two of the worst attacks I've ever had in my, like the whole time it's been a problem. So, I don't know, you know, like it's just bad. It's just been some bad vibes. So, but hopefully everyone will have a nice, uh, end of the year. Enjoy whatever holidays they celebrate, if any. If they don't celebrate any, the crispy weather. I don't know. Steph gave me the goal to finish the Raven Boys, so that's what I've got going for me. You know, what what did I say? Maybe I hope it was Sun Eater. Where did she put those? Was that under um was that under accountability friends? No. Goals and productivity? No. Camera zooming in on me as I attempt to find whatever I swore I was gonna do. Sprints, that's it. Yeah, it was on a sprint. It was on a sprint. Anyway, I'll figure it out later. I think it probably was Sun Eater though. Whoa, calm yourself. It's just like, I love how it just is gonna do its own thing. It's just gonna do whatever it wants, and that's fine because it's mostly funny. So, but yeah, so Sun Eater. But I do have one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 books I want to, or not seven, 6 books I want to finish before I read Howling Dark. But if I read Howling Dark and it's just as bad as Empire of Silence, there's like been no real improvement for me in terms of like writing or connection to the characters or whatever, then I think I'll just probably DNF it after that book. I have to put my hands up to make it stop zooming in. Like that's the gesture. It's like, please stop. The gesture to zoom way in is one hand. Unless I want it to zoom in and then it's maybe it's like the left hand and the right hand. No. I can't make it do it. Like I don't know I don't always know what triggers it. This I know I shifted to in my seat and so that's why it's following me around. But anyway, so yeah, so I am at 5 of 26 of these live streams. I had set myself the goal of doing 26 of these live streams in 2025. So I have 21 more to do after this one. Um, so I'm going to be sprinkling them in here and there, or that's the plan for the rest of the year. But just chillness. We're not trying to like race to get things done before the end of the year, or at least I'm not. It's more just like the goals that are reachable, let's let's just work on it a little bit here and there, you know, a little bit here and there. So, but it's definitely not been my favorite year, 2025. It really has not. Not gonna be sad. Well, I thought about counting Wilfred because if I count Wilfred, I'm like probably pretty close. But the goal I set was to like start this channel and do 26 live streams and post 26 videos. I don't think I'll be posting 26 videos. Um, we'll see what goes on with that. But right now, part of the issue is I don't have a ton of creative energy, and unfortunately for me, I have a creative job, so a lot of like when I feel the will to kind of like do something creative, I mostly have to just work. So I think this is a good way to kind of compromise. And I'm not like beating myself up about it because it just is what it is. Like I just when I set these goals, I didn't know what kind of year I was going to have. You know what I mean? So it's no pressure, and no perfectionism. The goals of the stream, the rules, if you will. So. Anyways, yeah, Raven Boys will be fun, Jenny. I feel like it's the perfect time of year to probably finish that series, when it's a little bit spooky, a little bit chilly, a little bit vibey, a little bit magical. The fall always feels a little bit more magical to me for some reason. Like magic is more possible, probably because Halloween, probably. But yeah, I do want to do. We may do some gaming stuff. This channel may end up being just kind of like a potpourri, like vibes with Rin sort of channel. Because I do want to kind of force myself to play that Silent Hill game. And I, I just feel like I'll be so scared. I'll just be too scared. So, um, but Jenny, you can hold my hand and we'll get through it together, or we'll just cry and quit after one episode. Who knows? But so I do want to just kind of do like um, I don't know what I'm imagining, like a lounge, like a place you can just like chill, I guess. Yeah, I want to try. I want to try. I want to try and not be a baby and get through it. Hi, Aaron. Welcome. I think we just did our final saunter, but I'm glad you were able to join us for at least a little bit. Oh, you're reading your hockey romance on your break. Is it a good one? Gabby says, when my semester ends on December 8th, I will be sprinting to get my year-end goals done. Not gonna lie, the pressure actually works for me. Yeah, it's, I'm like, I've talked about this before, but like, do tend to be the kind of person who, like, when I'm like very like too close to a deadline, when the deadline is too close and I really should have started it already, that's when I kind of do my best work. 'Cause I feel like I'm just not very, um, I don't know why I need that panic. So I totally understand this. I totally understand this. Um, but You're welcome, Jenny. You're welcome. Yeah, we'll just be crying our way through it. Like we'll be playing it with just one hand. So love a hockey romance. Love a hockey. Oh, Unhinged. Unhinged. Oh, this is the one that you sent, right? Oh gosh, Silent Hill. Are you gonna play Silent Hill stuff? Or do you not like Silent Hill stresses me out. Like scary slash horror games don't necessarily stress me out, but ones like Silent Hill and Resident Evil where you can like where there's something constantly menacing you and you can run into it at any time, but it's very unpredictable when you run into it, and there's like a lot of stealth involved and things like that. Those terrify me so much. Those terrify me so much. Um, and so those ones I get really those are the ones that are like the hardest for me. So like Silent Hill, Resident Evil, Outlast is another one like that. So I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Hi Moni, how are you? Okay, Steph's not playing Silent Hill. Jenny says I could barely watch a trailer. Jenny, in all honesty, I've only seen snippets. I have not watched it all the way through. So, so like I said, it's not looking good for us. But we are going to be brave, and we're going to be strong, and we're going to be powerful, and we're going to tell us that she can't hurt us. Tell ourselves she can't hurt us. That's all. That's how we're going to get through it. I played one version on the PS2 when I was younger, and I'm pretty sure it scarred me for life. Yeah, the one that I played on the PS2 when I was younger is also scarred me for life, for sure, for sure. Yeah, yeah. And then my dad told me that towns that are covered in ash and fog like that exist from coal fires. And so then that upset me and stressed me out even more because I felt like you could like the ground underneath you could catch on fire and like swallow you up at any time. So I added that to my list of fears. My brother also had Resident Evil, so I decided to play that too because I wanted to be him so bad, and that also scared me. Resident Evil is also rough times, except for what's the really silly one with Leon? Is that 4? That one did not bother me. Um, Oh no, no. Boo hiss to the toothache. Boo hiss to the toothache. Hate that. Hate that you have a toothache. Um, hate mouths. Hate teeth. Just generally. Like surely there was a better way. Surely. You know. I feel like we could have worked a little harder on that one. You know. But yeah. Okay, everyone. For those of you just joining me, I'm very sorry, but I think that was our final saunter. Unless y'all want to do like a quick 30-minute saunter, because we could do that because it's, you know, almost 5:05 and we could saunter for half an hour. Then I could finish my panel that I'm working on in Photoshop. So let's do that. Um, at 5 after the hour, we'll start our last saunter, our official last saunter. It'll be 30 minutes of sauntering. When will we saunter again, Miss? I don't know. When do you want to saunter again? Um, I was thinking maybe Mondays, and either another good day for me is Wednesday because I'm in my office a lot more on Wednesdays anyways. So it could be a Monday, Wednesday-ish type of thing. But yeah, like we can saunter if y'all want to saunter on Wednesday, we can saunter on Wednesday. Let me know. Leave a comment on the best day for you to saunter between Monday and Wednesday. Or and then there may just be surprise saunterings. We may surprise saunter occasionally. All right, let's go saunter. It's 5:05. We're gonna saunter for 30 minutes. So I will see you back at 35 after. Welcome back, everyone. That was our final saunter, the true final saunter of today. How did you all do with your sauntering? Erin's break was over, so she had to go finalize the schedule. Hopefully, that means it'll be kind to you. Good Lord. You at least have one thing go good. So, oh, Kitty, I'm so sorry. It just kicked Kitty in the face. So she's mad about that. Which, fair enough. I would also be mad about that. So, I finished making my guest panels. So that is done. So I now can have guests on my saunterings if anyone wants to join me on camera for a saunter in the future. I will be able to do it. Let's see if I can. All right. Oh no, you missed it. We could do digital though later tonight in the digital Discord. I meant because I want to read again tonight, but I also I also get it if you don't want to, it's fine. Okay. Unfortunately, oh no. But I'm gonna try and do more of these. I had a goal to stream 26 times in 2025, and as you can see, this is stream 5 of 26. So we'll be okay, Kitty, ma'am. I know you're furious. Okay, I get it. But I need you to go here. Thank you. Okay. Immediately she's back. Immediately she's back. But yeah, I want to start another book tonight. I need to read The Lady. Well, I don't need to. Kitty. Um, I'm just gonna back up a little bit. Kitty. Wow. You know. Anyway, she said if that wasn't your final saunter, it's your final saunter, if you know what I mean. So, but before that, I want to ask you guys a question. I want to ask y'all a question. Okay. So made, I don't know if the camera's following me or not. Oh, it kind of did. Oh dear. Hey. Oh my gosh. I broke it. I broke it. Find me. There we go. Okay. I broke its tiny. Your cats are very disrespectful. Even the biggest cat lover in the world will agree that cats are disrespectful. There's a common saying that dogs prepare you for children and cats prepare you for teenagers. And that really it is true. And she's very mad at me today. Zooming in on Kitty. So, um, yeah, she's very mad at me today because they go through this every year, but when it gets cold for real, um, they just start attacking me and they do it for like 2 or 3 days because they feel like I'm to blame somehow. Like like I could fix it and I don't, you know. And so they go through this period where that's how I know it's really winter because they get so mad at me, like just like furious. Kitty earlier on the stream, anytime I tried to use my mouse, was just biting my fingers. She was just parked next to the mouse so she could bite my fingers. So yeah, that's what I'm dealing with. That is why I needed. That's what they're saying actually. Like they hate being Georgia cats. They hate being Georgia cats. They want to be Florida cats so bad again. And so, that's the goal. Like, that's the goal. To get out of Georgia because as weird as California, as weird as Florida is, it's not as weird. It, it's not quite as weird as I don't know. I don't, who even knows anymore. But um, in terms of the weather, like hey, thank you. So she's gone over to the dark side over here. She's on my other desk. Yeah, they know all about AC. Okay, Jenny sent out some emails, and she doesn't have to do a meeting, which is like basically the best thing ever. My Chalet and I are gonna do Discord sprints later. Stay tuned. I love the camera and the decisions it makes. And yeah, totally, totally. Yeah. All right. Erin's finished as much of the schedule she's going to, which is 100% of the schedule that's able to be finished, as far as I'm concerned. So, congratulations. Yeah. You have to continue to spread the word. Yeah. Um, but yeah, so I definitely want to move. I would move back to Tampa. I would be willing to live in Orlando. I haven't lived in Orlando yet, but so I'm always up for trying a city um, a little bit, you know. I'd love to move back to Miami, but Miami's tricky because you really either have to be bilingual or you have to just not need money. Those are kind of your options. Yeah, they understand HVAC systems and they know I could do something about this and I don't. Um, I would have to figure out money. Ooh, all right. But I would be happy to live. I'm happy to live places that are warm most of the year. The thing I like about Florida is, believe it or not, I actually kind of like the humidity. I know a lot of people prefer dry heat, but having lived in dry heat and wet heat, the wet heat is what it does for your skin, you know, is really nice compared to dry heat, for sure. Aaron will be present for Discord Sprinties. Scheduled at 82%. Please. Ooh, I can add a new hire. Excellent. Someone sane, perhaps. Yeah, that it's you can't if you're not bilingual, and I mean truly bilingual, not just like you did pretty good in high school Spanish, like truly bilingual. Don't even bother. Don't even bother. Like when I moved to Miami the first time, um, like I couldn't even have gotten Um, like I couldn't even work at Publix, you know, if I hadn't had my own job. I don't know, I wouldn't have had any options. And I had a great time, and I you do pick up Spanish, like you pick some up, you know, and you can there's certain things like certain kind of conversations you have in public all the time that you just kind of learn how to navigate and things like that. But like I remember one time I was at Joann's. It's like Joann's or Michael's, I don't remember. And the person who was checking me out clocked me as Latina. And so like actually got furious at me for not speaking Spanish with her and called me like a traitor to my heritage and all this other stuff. And I was just like, lady, I don't know what to tell you, but I'm not Latina. Like it's like it has nothing to do with internalized shame or anything. Like I just like, but also, why are you yelling at me? Like, so anyway, yeah, in Miami, you know, you'll have like you can have a couple interactions like that are kind of weird, but you know, you figure it out how to get by or whatever. But for work, you know, it's a whole different ball game, of course. So, hi, you just really are having a tough time, aren't you? Yeah. Um, Jenny. So anyway, so yeah, I would move back to Miami if I was independently wealthy. But other than that, I think it's Tampa or Orlando, some one of them. So, but anyway, okay, I'm gonna head out. But thank you all for joining me for these saunters. And later this evening, I hope we will all gather again together. Oh, good. Kitty's just she's relaxing now that it's over. Yeah, like um, it's I would totally believe that. Like if there's like any um like any even hint that you might have a background where you should speak Spanish. And like I said, I was accused of not speaking Spanish. You see what I look like, right? So, but it's just like if there's any hint, yeah, you get it. You get it. Um, whether it's your name or if you went to the beach too many times and you're a little too tan, I don't know. But you know, it's because for those of you who have never lived there, if you don't know, Spanish is the first language for I want to say something like 67% or thereabouts of the city, or at least it was when I lived there. So um, that's what's going on, you know, is that the majority of the people, like I said, at least when I lived there, their first language was Spanish. And so you know, that's just how the city developed. So yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, like, you know, sometimes it's like, hey, like I'm not the one responsible for what languages I know, like not completely, you know, like so but anyway. So but yeah, so I will go catch you guys later and that should be your 2026 goals. There you go. Okay. So we're going to gather later for sprints. California would be a really helpful language to know there too, for sure. Erin says that happened to her all the time because she doesn't speak Amharic um, in DC. And yeah, you know, sometimes it's just like if you look like you should know the language, sometimes you catch a little heat. All right. Well, that'll be our 2026 goals as a group. We'll all learn a variety of languages. So, anyway, thank you so much for joining me for these saunters. I will continue sauntering for the rest of the year. We will also probably do more bad crafts, and we may introduce some terrible gaming as an also where we just like all sit in the dark and cry while I inch my way through Silent Hill. So thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. Bye.